that would be CBD Nebula.
There you go. Congrats, CBD Nebula. You have a free copy of Insurgency Sandstorm. Be sure to message Growthmonger in chat. That is with a capital G, capital O, capital T, capital M, capital N, and a capital R. In chat, it will give you a copy of Insurgency Sandstorm. Congratulations.
And if you have the game already, please give it to a friend and get them in our community.
Indeed, and we are live for the first gun round.
Go, go,
Couple shots coming out early on. Swax getting the shot off and kill. First kill of the official game onto Gyzzorn. Tobias getting the trade as well onto Tobias 1. Onto JustOne. Not Tobias 1. Squoshy, though, getting the trade onto Flebbels up above. And gets the shot as well into Swax. Good spray transfer there. A waiting game here as they start to rotate around. MidKing rotating out to A to try and stop up the cap. Ballistic-Droid does get the cap on A, so it brings back 2 players. Squoshy does get the kill as well on the Ballistic-Droid, but ultimately is it going to do all that much? Tobias takes some shots off. Not quite getting killed. Freedoor doing a lot of work. Squoshy currently 3 kills up on the board. MidKing getting the pick as well onto Chilip. We have a waiting game here. Oh, Squoshy. Heard him coming. Unfortunately, Flebbels getting taken out by Squoshy, and MidKing able to decap A and bring it back, but unfortunately B is primed to 99%. They could cap it, and they opt to cap it a little early. Not a bad call, but unfortunately Tobias is kind of watching to try and catch somebody out around B. Squoshy gets another kill onto MidKing, but unfortunately for him, Tobias will take him out. Freedoor gets the trade onto Tobias, so it's down to just Swax last alive. Gets the shot and spray down onto Freedoor, but unfortunately for him, he has a little bit of work to do. He's got 3 more players alive. 1v3, not impossible for him. Gyzzorn is his first target that he would need to kill. Gyzzorn did hear him run, or at least he could have heard him run. Just like that, Gyzzorn heard him running, heard him coming, and took him out. First round on the board will go to the Insurgent Force, 1-0. Now some big plays coming up there from the Insurgent. Security tried to flank around a little bit, ultimately not enough to be effective and to really do what they needed to do to be like what ultimately they didn't have that movement stuff that they needed. So unfortunately for them, security didn't have it in the cards that round. So we'll see how it plays out for this next round. But we'll go ahead and find out. The Tobias running out pretty far. Flebbels getting Ballistic-Droid and Flebbels getting some early kills onto apartments. That's going to be huge for Insurgents. They're not going to have that coverage to try and get onto B or flank around very easily. Squashing the pick onto Flebbels. And Swax outplayed, unfortunately. Well, Swax outplaying Squoshy there. A little bit of jittery cam there. Chilip is still hidden down below. He has not been called out yet. Or is he shot yet? So he is still technically hidden. Goes for the pre-fire. Now his position is given away. Freedoor gets the kill on the Ballistic-Droid, but unfortunately Droid is called out. And he gets shot from behind as Swax takes out Freedoor and MidKing takes out Chilip to tie up the game 1-1. So, Growth, how do you think that round went?
Well, I wasn't here for it. Unfortunately, I was giving away the giveaway, but...
Fair enough. The round went pretty well, actually. It was pretty evenly matched up until security finally brought it back. Unfortunately, a nice pre-spray by Flebbels into apartments took out most of their support, and from there, they pretty much got wiped off the map. So they're neck and neck.
This is good 1-1 on this map. This is, as we said before, security side.
Definitely, although we can see some pre-fires coming out, not quite dying as much. Luckily able to stay a little bit better alive. Gyzzorn trying to pre-fire into a balcony. Didn't quite land the shot off just yet. B primed about 25. Make that about 45% now. MidKing getting the kill though early onto Chilip. Able to control that right side of the map a little bit more, although unfortunately Tobias waiting for the push. Flebbels gets the kill though onto Squoshy on a balcony. It's going to be huge. Just one able to sneak past. MidKing is watching for it. Not going to hear the running because there is a teammate nearby, but Flebbels gets the kill onto Gyzzorn. And just like that, B control for Insurgents is down to 0. It's down to just Freedoor and JustOne. Last alive, JustOne trying to hold out on A. Trying to shoot through the door frame. He sees the body, but does not get the kill. He gets the fast push though, but unfortunately for him, Flebbels will just deck JustOne. And Swax takes out Freedoor to take back the lead. Now security taking the lead 2-1. So good plays coming out from both sides. Unfortunately, Insurgents didn't quite have it in the cards to win that one. That is the second round in a row that they have lost, although security, they've been winning it a lot by guns, not so much by positions and movement. Unfortunately, they've just been, it's been the gun battles that currently Insurgents are just not able to win, which, as much as you can counter it with position stuff, there's not a lot you can do on this map. It is a little bit smaller than the previous map in terms of positional and rotational ability and stuff you can do. So you really have to kind of think out of the box in order to try and change it up if you're not winning gunfights. Security is first onto the Bravo objective. You can see him in the archway there. Ballistic-Droid taking a little bit of shots, but not quite landing it. Swax getting the kill onto Gyzzorn.
They're double playing lanes right now, so
Interesting. The double stack.
A push now.
Yeah, it's going to work out well for them going for an A-B strat. Although you can see security set up a pretty strong defense. Although Chilip is about to catch this player out guard. Instead, he walks right next to him, and MidKing will take him out. Unfortunate move there. Didn't fully clear out his areas there, so and had to pay for it. Freedoor did get the kill though onto Swax, but is revived basically immediately by Ballistic-Droid getting the capture onto Bravo. Freedoor getting the kill as well onto Ballistic-Droid after the objective capture. Is down to just a 2v4. Squoshy and Freedoor last alive. Squoshy again playing Balk. Gets the kill onto Flebbels. Will he expect the second push? I doubt it. Nope, he did not. Swax gets the kill, and last life is going to be Freedoor. And Swax with the nice flick will get the kill onto Freedoor and continue the lead now 3-1.
Hard fought, but that spot at Van is really open. Definitely not a place you want to be laying on. You want to use some of these unpennable boxes definitely when you're getting on that objective.
Definitely. Although we did see somewhat of a better control by the Insurgents to try and block up the Insurgent side. When they double stacked like that, they were kind of just lining up in essence. They weren't really properly stacking where you have one person kind of aiming and kind of almost like a bounding maneuver where you have someone watching and someone moving to cover you. They were kind of peeking at the same time as if they're both individual players, which isn't really working together, more as it's playing the same spot together, which isn't quite effective. Although Chilip getting the kill into Ballistic-Droid, trying to run out to be not a great start for the security force. A little bit of luck in Chilip's favor and in the Insurgent's favor to get a little bit more work, more flexibility on B, although it looks like it's not going to be much as JustOne. Running the 2 times on an AKS-74U. It's a bold strategy cut, and we'll see how that plays out. Not as good as the Uzi 4 times, but you know that is. Flebbels getting a nice nade kill onto Chilip though is going to clear up a huge amount of room for security to be able to flank around. JustOne going for the melee bash. Nowhere near. Unfortunately, MidKing will take him out. JustOne getting the trade as well onto the trade onto JustOne, and of course Gyzzorn taking out Flebbels. Gyzzorn just taking out anybody who runs and peeks out straight into B, so they should be a little bit safer than that. See MidKing playing it safe. Pre-firing the spot. Oh, not able to get the shot off. Unfortunately, Swax will catch him out. A little bit of good teamwork there to flush him out. But Squoshy will trade and kill MidKing just as quick, and down to just Swax last alive. In a 1v2 situation, Squoshy going straight to A. Gyzzorn just has to hold back Swax. And Gyzzorn will just one-tap Swax and shorten up that lead to just 1. Now 2 to 3.
Planned very well for Insurgents, so now that they did not stack the same, that's good.
Indeed. A little bit of good teamwork there goes a long way on positioning and overall strategy. Insurgents finally got...
Interesting to see they put 3 towards the A side. That was a very interesting strat.
Yeah, I think it worked out well for him, positioning it a little bit more A-B focused versus just trying to go for the usual Insurgent side where they all kind of clump around apartments. They instead opt to go for where the security's strongest and kind of throw them off their game that way, which is interesting to see. See how it works on this round, though, or if they go for the same method. Go ahead and follow Squoshy. See what he's up to. He was playing balcony before. Really quick fires coming out. Droid will get the first kill onto Freedoor, pushing a little too aggressively. Squoshy running straight, yeah, basically fast to A-ish. MidKing, he could... I'd call Vac if he actually shot through that and killed him. Gyzzorn does get the kill onto Ballistic-Droid, though, clearing it up and refragging, unfortunately. Tobias gets the easy kill onto Gyzzorn as he runs straight into the gun. Luckily, Chilip starting the B cap, but Tobias gets the kill onto... Oh, he got that onto Gyzzorn. JustOne does get the trade onto MidKing, clearing out a little bit of support, and here comes Upper B, and Squoshy won the fight against Flebbels, pushing up to Balk.
JustOne getting MidKing on Cafe.
Indeed, and Tobias. Bit of a trade's coming out back and forth, although Tobias gets finally back onto B. Bit of teamwork there, capping up B and C. All objectives being captured except for Squoshy holding back B. Well, it was holding back B. Tobias getting that cap now. Last life is going to be JustOne for the Insurgents. And a 2v1 on his hands, although unfortunately for him, B and C being capped up by both. And JustOne taking up A. Now, JustOne will get the first objective capture, but unfortunately Swax and Tobias having B and C is going to be huge. They should not only capture one of those 2 objectives and not both of them at the same time, which they both just did, which was a misplay, unfortunately. But what it could have done there, that should have been done at least, is had one of those 2 objectives, either B or C, that's whatever is easier to control, which is probably B, decapped and at 99%, which is called priming. What it allows for is an instant respawn if the team needs it, and because they opted to choose cap instead, they put all their eggs in one basket and will assume that they don't die at all. Although Swax getting 2 kills of his own, and Flebbels getting the 3rd kill onto Squoshy is going to be huge. JustOne getting the kill although onto Ballistic-Droid. That's going to be a big play, unfortunately. Insurgents once again taken down, and Flebbels will finally take out Chilip and will take the round. Security was going to take the round win and extend their lead now 4-2. Alright, we may have some technical difficulties. Can you hear me now? Okay, how about, let's see, how about now? Can you hear me? Growth, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
There we go. Now
Alright, fantastic. Welcome back. Helps to be able to hear everybody talking and working together. Some really pre-fires coming out. Swaxing the kill, though, onto Chilip. Early on out of the gate, it's going to be big for security. There you can see a big play from Insurgents actually going upper side on apartments. Squashing the trade onto Flebbels. Here comes Freedoor with the flank. Gyzzorn gets a nice kill onto Ballistic-Droid. Freedoor with the rotation should be able to get the kill. He looks the wrong way, and Tobias popping his head clean off. Sometimes it do be like that. You can see a little bit of his brain right there. Swax running around at the speed of sound, but MidKing will take him out. Squoshy getting taken out there. JustOne running straight onto A, the MidKing going for the retake on A. Yeah, that plays out. MidKing getting the wall bang onto JustOne. And just one player left for Insurgents, and Tobias will take him out. Security continuing their lead now, 5-2. The big plays coming out from both sides. Ultimately, security did have the win and had a lot more rounds and a lot more kills overall to really get the most out of it. How do you think that round went, Growth? Growth, you there? Well, rip Growth. We are live though, so it will keep going. Soldier on. Oop. Looks like Discord's having some issues. Big F's in the chat for Discord bugging out. That's why TeamSpeak is just the better application for that stuff. Just saying. I've never had issues with TeamSpeak bugging out, unless the whole server dies, at which point that's kind of on your own side versus being reliant on the server of Discord. So, to each their own, of course. And Swax getting an easy kill into Gyzzorn. Pretty solid support here. You can see security basically taking out a huge chunk of B here. Dare I say, textbook performance. You have one player on nearly every important area. You have one on Dark Window here. You have one on Bravo directly. Another player up above clearing out the Insurgent side. What you want to see. And one player directly in B, actually two on B. Now pushing the Insurgent side, having it cleared out. So this is a little bit of an inverse style, but it's actually textbook way of covering it. So they are heavy all five to B. Just one getting the trade though onto Tobias. As a bit of a trade back and forth, MidKing and Swax taking out Chilip and just one, and capping up B, bringing back just one player, unfortunately, just Tobias. Squoshy getting the trade onto MidKing E. So, not a bad wave. Only one player dying is not bad despite capping up B. Squoshy baiting the door peek. About to get his head taken off. Indeed, we do see his head taken partially off there. Last life is going to be Freedoor. Playing in a power spot within B here. Versus because it's one of the best locations, people do know where to aim. Luckily, the entire team, it is now a 2v1 actually for Freedoor. He will cap up B in time if the security does not get there in time. You see both are peeking out at him directly. And just like that, another headshot. Freedoor is taken out. And security will take the round 6-2.
Give up now! Drop your weapon! Why don't you? Copy!
Indeed. Rounds are getting kind of close now. There is a bit of a lead with security getting 6 rounds over 2. We'll see how this next round will play out. Nice pre-fire coming in. Ooh, Swax almost gets the shot off, but Flebbels does get the kill onto Gyzzorn on that kind of lower backside here. Tobias trying to get around. We got apartments partially. Although you can see Swax about to get this kill. Tobias actually gets the kill into Chilip, squashing the trade though onto Tobias. Not a bad start. Oh, Squoshy almost popping ahead. Not quite enough though. Squoshy trying to spot. Oh, and just like that, another headshot for Flebbels. See, they're both waiting. Ooh, Freedoor just absolutely like a laser. Just one last... actually, last life is going to be Ballistic-Droid. Ballistic-Droid gets the kill into Freedoor and actually clutch caps it for his team. Just one also clutch caps it for his team. All 4 leaving spawn. Only 2 players in the map to be effective. Just one probably going to go try and get on to B. A minute and 10 seconds left, so not a lot of time. Waiting on the push. A being partially capped up. Being partially capped up. They're both waiting back and back, or back and forth, basically. They're all near each other. Ooh, Chilip though taking out Ballistic-Droid is going to be big. You can see on B, it is a bit of a mess of people on both sides aiming near and far, but Flebbels getting the kill, and MidKing taking Alpha is going to be huge. Swax, though, getting the kill onto JustOne's going to be big, and Gyzzorn and Chilip, a little bit of work, finally getting in their favor. B partially capped. Oh, Swax being gun blocked. Chilip taking him out from up above, and it's down to just Gyzzorn once again. And Swax will take another kill on the board and will take the round 7-2.
Connected. User was moved to your channel.
Alright, we're using TeamSpeak now. Can you hear me now, Growth?
Yes, indeed, I can.
Indeed. How you doing?
Very good. Are we now live?
We are indeed live. We are still going, and we're still going strong, so should still be good for the most part.
Well, TeamSpeak is the old trusty.
Indeed. Definitely the fantastic platform. Let's go ahead and see what's going to happen in this next round here. 7-2, it's pretty close. Pretty much neck and neck. We'll see how this next round goes, though. Ooh, Swax with an early kill into JustOne, pushing very fast. Swax getting another kill onto Gyzzorn. Fortunately, he's caught out in a reload. He's going to stay alive, though. Luckily, that Balk player did not have his eyes on. And just like that, oh, but he did have it on that time. Squoshy getting the pick onto Tobias, onto Swax, but Tobias will refrag him immediately. Luckily, Flebbels is back. Can support him. He did kill that player, though. I don't think the kill counts are very accurate, as he should have known. Yeah, it should have. He's dead. I'm not sure he's aiming back at balcony. Didn't know that was clear. Will Flebbels get this kill, though, is the question. Looks like he will indeed not. Here comes Freedoor trying to peek out wide. Somewhat wide. You can see Tobias nearby gets the kill onto Freedoor as Ballistic-Droid gets the cap down to just Chilip last alive for the last round of the half. Just waiting on Chilip to make a move to A. Ooh, Swax gets the spray down. It gets the half, 8-2.
It's going to be hard to come up from this one. Usually you want to get at least 3 rounds as insurgents, so it's going to be a tough fight, but it's still possible. As we know, it's security-sided map.
Indeed, although these are new halves, so this is a brand new everything pretty much. So you never know who's gonna win. And who's gonna be the new? Who's gonna win this one? Because currently it is game 2. I believe Flebbels' team won the first game in the set, and they're currently up ahead 8-2. So it's pretty easy call to make it. Make it 11-2 again. We'll see. Meanwhile, here comes the rotations out. You can see everybody rotating out and around, and Gyzzorn getting picked by Swax, running full steam right into his face. But waiting here, MidKing actually getting the pick onto Squoshy. Just one opting to play it safe. And meanwhile, they've double stacked apart, actually balcony, pretty dangerously. I don't know if I would make this call normally. Flebbels gets the kill onto Freedoor, and JustOne gets the kill onto Tobias as MidKing gets the trade onto Chilip. Last line is going to be JustOne for security. JustOne getting the pick onto MidKing, but Ballistic-Droid will get the trade onto JustOne, and Insurgents will take the round 9-2.
It's looking pretty grim right now. It's looking like Flebbels' team just dominating this whole tournament.
Alrighty, well, it is neck and neck. Right now, it is pretty safe to say that Flebbels is probably going to win this, but you never know what security has up their sleeve. They currently have, if I read this, nope, it is just one SMG. That might have been two, but unfortunately just one. So nice. Gyzzorn with an interesting breach style using a grenade. Squoshy getting a nade kill of his own onto Tobias. Bit of a trade. Or dare I say it, a martyrdom style kill from up above. Chilip kind of waiting for a B push. Insurgents have actually capped up B now 50%. And MidKing getting the kill onto JustOne as Gyzzorn gets the trade onto Flebbels. Unfortunately, he has a lot of work to do trying to clear a balcony. Not an ideal position, but he can get it here if he just waits a little bit longer. Swax and Droid capping up B, double capping it quick in mid-round is not a bad call, but not something I normally expect. Gyzzorn, though, biding his time, patience prevails, and he gets the kill onto MidKing. It is now a 3v5. Swax trying to rotate to A, and oh, just like that, Chilip ready and waiting on the outskirts will take him out. Freedoor getting the kill though onto Ballistic-Droid. Not a bad start for him. Trying to get back onto B and retake it for security, but he's got a bit of a problem and a bit of a hard time here. Gyzzorn, again, waiting at that same spot. Looks like that's just where he's going to be at for the rest of the game. Chilip trying to cover.
Needs to rotate onto Bravo.
Indeed, he's trying to make a move with Freedoor and work together. I think he's trying to double team it, although Gyzzorn, this could be effective actually. See what this Insurgent player is doing.
Leaving Bravo.
Definitely, yeah, he's kind of not doing a whole lot of anything for his team, unfortunately. Gyzzorn does get the kill onto Flebbels. Yep, and it's down to just Tobias as the last man standing for Insurgents. He's still made it on B solo, so this could be an excellent opportunity for Chilip to try and come in and do some work. And indeed, Freedoor will Kobe
Lucky nade.
Tobias and bring that lead now a little smaller, only 3-9. Bam. Obviously, Gyzzorn having a little bit of frustration with this map. It is not an easy map to play. A lot of people, it's not like other Sandstorm maps that are a lot more open and have a lot more flexibility. It's much more enclosed, condensed, a little bit less pre-nade focus, a lot more pre-fire and positional focus, to where you can't be out of position and expect to do a lot of work. Although Ballistic-Droid playing it passive, waiting for the pre-nades to come through, not a bad call. Flebbels getting the early kill onto Gyzzorn. Bit of a waiting game now, as both teams are just waiting for the smoke to dissipate to see who to shoot at.
Tobias and Cafe.
Gonna be big.
Spot. Where's that?
Indeed. Good trades coming out from back and forth. JustOne getting the kill into MidKing. Swax trading him out, and Flebbels getting the kill into Freedoor. Now to just a 5v2. Fortunately, security getting wiped off the face of the server. Swax getting the kill into Squoshy. Last alive is going to be Chilip. And Tobias will take him out, bring it to match point now, 10-3.
They let him run right through Bravo at the beginning, so definitely some pre-fire, even the Arch would have been very effective. Maybe got both their guys there.
Definitely.
Smoke's a great tactic to push on to B. Same time, that's when the nades start flying.
Oh yeah. Although this is the last round, this is match point for Flebbels and possibly game point, series point, and a whole tournament point. He is one round away from winning it all. It's all down to this. If he lands this and he wins this round, it is game over. He wins. Currently, Squoshy has a extremely difficult job now of getting 7 rounds in a row and win in overtime to take it to game 3. It's not likely, but not impossible. Not going to count him out of it, but realistically, probably not going to happen. But JustOne gets the kill onto Swax early on. This could be going in favor of security. Squoshy getting another kill onto Tobias. Finally, a bit of work coming in their favor. Here comes Squoshy trying to play it fast.
2 up for Insurgents.
Indeed, Flebbels getting the kill onto Gyzzorn. Make that just 1 as Flebbels gets picked by Freedoor. And finally, security getting a little bit of luck. MidKing rotating to A. He's going to run into this player watching and waiting. Chilip heard him coming. And will mow him down as he jumps in the air. Security not giving up just yet. Now 4-10.
Nice to see the game going on. This time they controlled well. They got kills right off the bat, which were their B players, so they prevented that B cap, and that's what really helped them this round.
Indeed, it's that late game and mid game stuff that's super effective on this map. And on all maps, mind you. You know, the strats, they always look super simple, and it's like, oh, you just go to certain places and you send people. There's a lot more to it than just going somewhere and walking around. There's a lot of strategy and depth into rotating to the right spot, where to rotate, how to work together with people, how to think together. All that stuff takes time and takes a lot of precision, and a lot of that stuff you don't normally get in a pickup game style tournament like this, but it can surprisingly come out of nowhere and just come from just general knowing how to play the game and knowing how to rotate. It's pretty surprising what you can get out of it. So we'll see how it plays out this round. Currently, security has 6 rounds now to try and take back to keep in the tournament. This is the grand finals. This is the Fastcup from the Sandstorm Esports League, and Swax another pick onto Squoshy.
I don't understand why Squoshy pushed up when he had a good point over there. Hopefully somebody rotates on so they can cap up.
Indeed, they might have been fatigued, although it looks like Chilip gets an easy kill into MidKing. He pushes out way too aggressively. Insurgents seem to be a little bit thrown off. Not sure what's going on with them, although, ooh, Gyzzorn gets a nice wall bang onto Tobias.
JustOne onto S1.
Yep, and Swax shoots at, doesn't quite take him out. Freedoor staying alive, although it looks like his team was shooting at him directly, accidentally.
5v2. 5v1.
Make that 5v1 and 5v0 as security take another round on the board. Now 5-10.
I think they figured out their strat here and what lanes they're playing, so you know they could come back from this. You never know.
Indeed, I don't want to jinx it by saying the comeback is real, but it's definitely coming back. I'll say that much. Definitely a strong chance that we can see overtime on this map, and possibly Game 3 if Flebbels doesn't get a little more focus. And it could just be fatigue too, because you never know. After 2 games like this, you get pretty tired. Although, if Flebbels had to play 2 overtimes before and now play this second game, the first game wasn't an overtime at least. These are also 11-round games, which are a little bit longer than the 7-round kind of sprints, if you will, compared to the marathons that can end up being with standard first to 11 games. So it's exhaustion is an effect that could be having on these guys. We'll see, though. Never really know. So we'll see how it plays out. See MidKing coming around, mostly stealth coming out. A little bit more passive play this time. Ballistic-Droid losing the fight to Freedoor, and Swax taking out Squoshy in a trade. They win the fight, but Swax taking out Squoshy is going to be big. Oh, and Swax taking out Gyzzorn as well. Here comes Swax. Getting all the kills. B being barely breathed on, but JustOne getting the trade on Tobias is going to be big. Mind you, security cannot drop a single round at this point if they want to stay alive in the tournament. They have to win this. Ooh, Swax almost gets the shot off. And he actually doesn't get the kill. Freedoor actually getting the kill onto Swax, and it's down to just Flebbels and MidKing to win it. JustOne getting onto B directly. Freedoor getting the shot off to Flebbels, now just MidKing
Nice
last
refrag.
alive. Indeed, good teamwork. MidKing though gets the kill onto JustOne. But will he get the kill onto the second player? He gets wounded. He hasn't spotted them yet. Gets on B to hold it off. 99% for security. Oh, and just like that, Freedoor gets the kill and keeps their team alive. Now 6-10. Might I say Freedoor OP? And Swax OP. That was impressive from both people. We're seeing 27 kills coming out from Swax, 15 from Flebbels. A good spread of kills. Ballistic-Droid doesn't have as much, but he's been playing the objective and has 9 total objective captures, which is huge. And for the security side, pretty even spread. Chilip taking a little bit less, but he's also playing a different spot that's a little bit kind of harder to play to get kills on. But everybody else running a relatively even KD, so pretty evenly spread out versus usually one high or one crazy. Having a more all-around team is has its pros and cons, but we'll see how it plays against a team that's a little bit more varied on killers or objective cappers. So see what it can do. A bit of a waiting game here as both teams are playing it passive, trying to stay alive. You can see JustOne getting the kill into Flebbels as Tobias hiding in a weird spot. Goes for a nice Kobe nade, but is ultimately hiding in a little shed here. The player is a little confused on where to even aim to hit into this thing. Swax gets the kill into Squoshy. It's a bit of a unusual one here. Oh, but Tobias actually wins against Freedoor. I haven't seen that played yet, although I have now. We can see security being capped up by, well, B being capped up by security. MidKing gets to get a pick onto JustOne to clear it out. No longer being capped up. Well, MidKing is near Cafe, which is where I believe that is Chilip is hiding. You can see Gyzzorn, though, on the rotation to try and stop Bravo and try and bring it back for security. Gets the shot and whiffs all the bullets.
It's a hard weapon to shoot across the map with.
It is indeed, even with the 2 times especially. Although Gyzzorn, good suppression, he sees the player. Gets the shot onto Tobias. Last alive now is going to be Gyzzorn. He's the last man standing. It is all down to him to try and win it. It is a 2v1. Ballistic-Droid versus Swax. Swax probably going to wallbang him in just a moment. And just like that,